Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cara and today I'm going to be doing a video about exam help and tips and just some little advice that I can give, because I know that in the UK right now exams are on, A-levels are on. I don't know if they've already finished or started, but in Australia BC exams are about to start for semester 1/term 1 and 2, and uni exams are about to start as well. Luckily I don't have any exams this year. I did last year, and I did in BC as well for year 11 and 12, so these tips are ones that I use myself and I found they work for me, and hopefully they work for you. So if you want some advice and tips and some little hints about studying for exams, then please keep watching for it. And the first tip that I have is use study cards and stick them on the wall. So what I used to do was I used to make little cue cards and I'd put the main facts about a topic. So I did this a lot for psychology, and I'd put, for definitions, I'd put, say, definition of, I don't know, I can't remember anything for psychology, but I'd put the definition, put the word in the definition, and then I had a big wall in front of my room. I took down all my pictures when I had exam time, and I just had a wall full of all my studies. I had different sections, right? Psychology, health, English, religion and art. So I had all my little sticky notes on the wall and I'd constantly read them. I used to stick sticky notes on the back of the toilet door, so when I was on the toilet I'd be reading them. So I did that definitely with health and human development, and that helped me remember the definitions so much better because I was constantly seeing them, I was constantly thinking about them, and I just remember them in the exam. And also don't just write down slabs and slabs of information, because you're not going to remember it. Just keep it brief, keep it short, and stick them somewhere where you're going to see. Make it bright, make it colourful, use coloured sticky notes, or use white and write in colourful writing, or anything. Just make sure that you are going to pay attention to it. So that is tip number 1. So tip number 2 is find different ways to study. Now this might sound really stupid, but if you just sit down at a desk and just read a book, your textbook and your notes for hours and hours and hours, you are going to get so bored. You're not going to remember anything because it's just going to be a big slab of information. So what I used to do was I used to go on YouTube and find different kind of songs. That sounds really silly, but I like the song in Hannah Montana that they used for the bone dance. It was like all different bones in a song form. I did this for health, and it was all the dimensions of health, so physical, social, mental, intellectual and behavioural, and it was all the different dimensions, and it was in the song form. And that song, it got stuck into my head. Instead of just constantly reading a textbook, I was having different ways of studying. And this is really helpful because if you're somebody who you can't sit and read a book the entire time, you need something different. If you're a visual learner, these are really helpful. So if you're somebody who likes subjects that are very hands-on, something like a song or a dance or even a speech that will help you remember the things you need to know is great. So that is tip number 2. So tip number 3 is pair up with a friend and test each other. So I did this more in psychology in year 12 with my friend, and we would go online, or sometimes the teacher would actually have some in the back of the textbook already, and we would test each other. So I would ask her a question and she would answer, and I'd tell her yes or no, and we'd just test each other to see what we know. And I used to do this all before a SAC, so I used to do it for a test, and it helped me remember things like on the spot. I'd be like, oh, what's the where do neurons go, where do neurons fire, something like that. So if you can test each other with a friend, you're testing each other, you're still studying. People might think, oh, what are they doing? They're just being silly, but you're still studying, and it's a different way to study as well. So tip number 4 is to study for an hour and a half and then have a 30-minute break. I did this for my exam last year. I had a 3-hour maths exam, and it was 7 sections, and you had to get 5 or more out of, so in this each section there was 7 questions. You need to get 5 right or more to pass each section. So what I did was I would do one section, so we had like algebra and geometry and fractions. So I did one section for an hour and a half, and then I'd stop for 30 minutes. I'd leave my books on the table, I'd go have a drink, go get something to eat, go sit at my computer, go for a walk, or just do something to get my brain off it, so then I have a bit of relax and I'm not having information overload. If you sit there for hours and hours and hours on end, you're not going to remember anything, and it's the worst thing because you dread studying, so you put it off. Which what I did, I would dread studying, and I know, oh, I've got so much to do. But if you break it up into little chunks, it's so much easier to get stuff done. And tip number 5 is be confident with what you know. You've gone the entire year learning this stuff. You've probably done tests on it. I mean, that's what you do in Australia. You do tests on the stuff and that stuff's on the exam. You know the stuff you're doing. You've done it for an entire year. You know it. You're just going to be confident with what you know. If you're not confident in yourself with knowing that you can do this, you can pass this exam, you can get past this, then there's no point. If you're going to sit there thinking, I'm going to fail, you're going to fail. So have the mentality that I'm going to pass, I'm going to do good, and always have a reward. I liked, when I finished my exams, I went and bought myself something. I can't remember what it was, but I did. No. Did I? I can't remember. But even do that. If you, okay, once you've done your exam, go out for tea, go out for lunch, go buy yourself a new perfume or a lipstick or a book or anything. Just reward yourself all the hard work you've done, and then I guarantee that hard work's going to pay off with the result you get. So if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and let me know if you're doing exams this year, what subjects you're doing for them and stuff like that. I'd love to know. And give it a big thumbs up if you haven't already, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe down below. I'm really wanting to reach 1,000 subscribers this year. I don't know if I can make it, but please help me make that dream come true, and I'll see you next week. Bye!